Everything we procure, we have to reach a percentage that is meeting the government buying standards. It is embedded into the hospital food plan, so we should be complying. But are you as caterers? Do we know this? Because you're buying plethora of products from all over the world, and government buying standards is about buying, having the standards correct and making sure, where possible, the British. So with McCain's again, bringing the processing back into Britain, that gives you that passport and security that you're meeting GBS standards without even having to check. And as we move forward with Brexit, we already know DEFRA have got a task force looking at how we can get the Peter Bonfield's balanced scorecard better embedded into the NHS. So you're going to be ahead of the game by taking McCain's products. That's the wider impact for you on the GBS. It's ensuring that you're doing the right thing. Remember, as caterers in the NHS, you have got to achieve the hospital food plan, which hopefully in a few years' time will become mandatory. They're looking at making those standards mandatory. And as we move into Brexit, the government are going to be putting a lot of onus around supporting the British farming industry. McCain's are actually ensuring that for you as caterers straight away. One is it supports the British farming industry and the growers. Secondly, the processing is going to be done in the UK. So by doing that, they're creating jobs. They're creating jobs for the transportation to the wholesalers. So the impact on the wider economy is huge. There is stats out there that says that for every pound spent in the UK on a British product is worth £12 in the British community. The other thing though we have to look at is what's impending is Brexit. If there is an hard Brexit, how are we going to get food into this country? We've got to think of the reality we may not be able to import. So McCain's now, by rooting themselves in Britain, have got around that. They won't have an issue. So you as caterers won't see any impact in your supply chain. With McCain's also being an accredited Food for Life supplier, it gives you that accreditation straight away to achieve that. So you know that the product you're bringing in will help you towards your minimum of 75%. The other one, it's about trans fats as well. One part of the Food for Life is no products of trans fats. And again, McCain's can guarantee that because they're producing it in the UK. So they actually know what the product's been cooked in, for example, of their chips. They know it's oils that meet the standards. Also, genetically modified foods, it won't allow that. And with McCain's rooting themselves in Britain, this is going to have a great impact because you'll know the chain of custody of the product is so key, and you'll know that they've got that chain of custody. The silver and gold, it's slightly different because of the criteria you have to reach, and it's about the menu mix that you use as caterers. So I'm not going to sit here and say to you, yes, you can achieve it because it's on your menu, but by having an accredited supplier with Food for Life, you know that it's a British product and you'll be held to move that box forward when you're planning your menus to ensure you meet the Food for Life standard, that it's being grown, it's being processed, and it's being supplied all within Britain. So you've got integrity of chain. CSR now, for you as a catering manager, is so important because the environment is becoming more and more to the focus of the people we're serving, whether that's patients, staff and visitors in our restaurants. The impact of the food miles, the carbon dioxide on the environment is huge. Secondly, the impact of integrity of the product itself. Recently, we've seen the scares around the vegetables. Was it clean? You're going to be able to, in essence, create a passport. We create this vision to people that we can, if somebody said to me, well, where was that potato grown? You can say it was grown in this field, it was processed in this plant in Britain, and it was delivered on this vehicle to you, field to fork.